Today I thought I'd show you the Pleasant Prickles composting operations. It's a very simple setup, and look guys, the trees are almost naked. A lot has come down with some windy conditions in the last few days, and I have been very busy stockpiling my leaves. Let me take you up there and show you what's going on. You know that all the pine needles are distributed exactly where I want them, used as mulch. And then if we come up here, lots of nice leaves here which will stay in place, keep my soil nice and healthy by insulating it throughout the winter. We're coming down the cardboard path, which is covered with leaves. And I don't know if I showed you this, guys, but my pansies look pretty nice. But let's not get distracted by the pansies. Let's come over here and talk about my composting piles. In my county, I'm pretty lucky. Our county will give you 2 composting bins per year, per household. And they will do it for free. You just have to go to pickup centers. In my case, it's a local garden center, not far from me, but every year I go and I pick up a couple. And these are geo bins, and they're a very strong, durable plastic you can use for years and years, and they hold their shape pretty well. But I have been filling 2 compost bins pretty diligently all season with garden waste and kitchen scraps. And I added this one. They're also adjustable, so you can see I made this one a little bit larger to accommodate all the leaves I'm putting in there. But this one is going to be for leaf mold. And as you can see, it's all leaves. Now for my compost bins, all I needed was 2. All of the organisms in my compost just kept breaking down the material I continuously added through the spring and summer, and I'll continue to do that. But this one is just for leaves, and it's nice to have a cache of leaves to add to my compost, and also just having leaf mold. And leaf mold is such a valuable resource. You can go to the store and buy it. Our county does produce a lot of yard waste, and all that yard waste is composted down, so you can go buy the bags of those. Of course, you don't know what's been put in those recycling bins. There's probably plenty of things that have pesticides, so I'd rather do it myself. But I have moved some leaves from out front, and I've moved lots and lots of leaves from my very spacious backyard here. So plenty of leaves came down. There's still plenty to rake up, but if I never raked any more leaves, all of this would break down just fine. Let me take you back here and I'll show you my other compost bins. I hope you find this as interesting as I do. As gardeners, we always have to look ahead to the next season and try to create as many of our own resources as we can. This is also another compost pile back here behind my shed. And that has mostly been garden waste, but I am continuing to pile leaves on it. And every few days that level goes back down and I can pile more leaves in it. But this is also another cold compost pile. I don't do any turning, guys. This is a giant bin here, all filled with leaves. It's been in the back corner of my garden for a few years, and every year I fill it to the brim with leaves, and the level goes down, and then I pile more leaves on it. But it's a passive leaf pile that just breaks down on its own with very little effort from me, aside from assembling it in the fall, putting as many leaves in there as I can. It just breaks down on its own, and then about a year later I have beautiful, beautiful leaf compost that I can use in my garden to add organic material and some lovely humus and lots of nutrients. This will just sit all year, break down, and I will have provided myself with a beautiful free garden resource. And who doesn't love the crunchy sound of leaves underfoot? Doesn't my miscanthus grass look beautiful at this time of year? That's a resource I chopped back in late winter, early spring, and I use all of that biomass as well for mulch and composting. And my future squash patch down here next to the miscanthus grasses has some composting in place methods going on. So we'll see how well that breaks down over the winter. And I expect it's going to be very lovely underneath there when I take off any of the remaining cardboard. It's nice to let nature do all the hard work. So guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing the Pleasant Prickles composting operations, and I hope that you're stockpiling leaves for next year for your garden.